In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create the perfect sales page using Divi and Divi Design Guide Pro. Alright, so I have Divi here installed. So the first thing you want to do is to create a brand new page. So I'm going to say add new, and I'm going to name this page style. And you will know in a moment why this is important. I'm going to click on use Divi Builder, and then I'm going to build this from scratch. Next, I'm going to head over to this sales page where I have the Divi Design Guide Pro. And by the way, it's only $27. It's on sale right now. Normally it costs $49, but this has all the tools that you need to build a sales page really fast. And also, if you haven't purchased Divi, I will give you this for free as well. Plus also a course called the Divi Jumpstart course, which will help you design professional looking websites with Divi, saving you hours of researching online to find out how Divi works. All right, so without wasting a lot of time, I've already gone ahead and downloaded it. So I'm going to come over here, go to my desktop because that's where it is. So here it is. I'm going to double click on that. So in here is a file. You can see this is ddgpro2.json. So all you have to do is to just drag and drop it in here. Next, you want to click on replace existing content and import presets. So the import may take a while depending on your internet speed. But as you can see here, this was done pretty fast. So with that all set now, all I have to do is to save this page, but we're going to keep this page open because we need to reference it. So I'm going to hit publish, and then I'm going to exit the Visual Builder. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we have on this page. So this is the Divi Design Guide Pro. It has all our designs pre-designed for us. So you can see here our text is already set. Our buttons are already set. So all we have to do is to go in and change this content and also the images. So we have quite a few background images here. When I scroll down, you notice that we have different styles. Now over here, we also have our headings. We also have our buttons and so on. We have our notices, we have our blurbs, and these are different types of blurbs that we can use. We also have our blurbs for testimonials. We have countdown timers. So pretty much we have everything that we need in order for us to put our page together. So what we're going to do now is to create a brand new page, and this is going to be our sales page. So I'm going to open this in a new tab like that, and we can name this sales and then use Divi Builder. Next, I'm going to click on build from scratch. And then over here, we are going to add a full width header. So I'm going to click here on this drop down and choose full width. So I'm going to go with full width header. So now that we have this set, we now need to go to our style that we just created and choose the style that we need to go with. So over here, we have two buttons here. So we need to decide what we need to go with. So when I scroll down, we also have this plain one here. But you know what? I feel like I need to use something like this. So I'm going to go with this style here. So I'm going to go back to my sales page, click on this drop down, and you can see here, they're all labeled, right? So we have our full width, dark, full width, light, and so on, dark left. So this is the one I want because it has the dark on the left. So I'm going to go ahead and select it or click on it. And you can see now it has been applied. All I have to do now is to go in and add my content. So I'm going to go into my background. So I'm going to scroll down, go to my background, go to my image here, and I'm going to add my image by clicking anywhere in here. Next, I'm going to click on select files. So I'm going to select these two and click on open. So let's say this is a restaurant. So I'm going to upload my image here that represents what I'm promoting. Next, I'm going to click on upload image. And now you can see my image here in the background, and I also have my call to action. All I have to do now is to go in and adjust my text. So in this example, I'm just going to use my lorem text. So I'm going to search for, so in my content here, I'm going to pretend that this is my main content. So I'm going to go ahead and override this by selecting it and pasting my text in here. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add my title. So I'm also going to pretend that this is the title for my sales page. All right, so I'm cool with that. So on the button here, I'm just going to call this buy now. Okay, so let me add another section here. So I'm going to add a single column. And in this column, I'm going to add a text module. I'm going to search for my text module here and select it. So you can see here that my text has the standard style onto it. So I want to change that. So let me just first of all add my content in here. I'm going to set this to heading 3. And I'm also going to center it. Now over here on the top, I'm going to click on this drop down and choose text. So notice what happened here. This has taken on my styles from the Divi Design Guide Pro. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and save. I'm also going to add another row, and this time this is going to have my testimonials. So I'm going to add a single column, and I'm going to search for testimonial. And again, we have this style, but of course we want a different style. So let me go ahead now and take a look at my Divi Design Guide Pro and see what I need to choose from here. So I'm going to scroll down, and here are my testimonials. So we have these two colors here. I think I'm going to go with the light version. So I'm going to go back on my sales page, click on this drop down, and I'm going to go with testimonial 1. And now you can see that this has taken on this design. All I have to do now is to come over here to the image and add my image. So I'm going to start off with this image right here. Upload image. Excellent. And then next, I'm going to come over here to my text and just add the name. So this could be Susan. How about that? And I'm just going to add my testimonial like that. So that's looking great. I'm going to go ahead now and save. Now, to save me time, I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to go back into my row settings. Next, I'm just going to click here on this duplicate. And now we have 2 of them. So all I have to do now is to save and then go into one of these and just make an update. So I'm going to go into this first one, click on this gear icon, and I can change this name here and say this is Jack Samuel. And then on the image here, I can just change this image to this guy over here. Upload image, and that's looking great. I have my testimonials. Next, I want to add another section. So I'm going to click on this plus button, regular section, and then I'm going to add a single column. So in here, I'm going to add my frequently asked questions. So I'm going to search for accordion, and here it is. Okay, great. Now the style that we have here is not very exciting, but before we make any styles to it, I just need to duplicate a few of this and then go to my default here. So we have 1 and 2. So let's try 2 and see what it looks like. And this is the dark version. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to go ahead and save. And then I'm going to go into this section here and add a slightly different section background. So with that selected now, I'm just going to go with black, and then I'm just going to change the color here to a very subtle gray, like that, and then save. So all I have to do now is to just go in and make changes to my content over here. But before I continue, what I want to do as well is to copy this and drag it down. So I'm going to copy it like that, drag it down to my section. Now all this is going to save me a lot of time. So as you can see, I can just go in now and customize this. I'm going to click on this gear icon. So I'm just going to call this FAQs. Okay, so that's all set. I'm going to go ahead now and save. So I can continue on and add even more items to this. So I'm going to go in, click on this plus button, go to regular, and let's add a single column. But in here, we're going to add a blurb. So I'm going to search for it and select it. So this time we're adding all our features of our product or our service that we're providing. So I'm going to highlight this text and just replace it. And this is going to be feature 1. So over here, we have different types of blurbs. So let me just scroll back up and see what style I'm going to go with. So I think I'm going to go with style number 6. So I'm going to come back, and then on this drop down, I can go with style number 6 like that. And all I have to do is to come over here to image and icon, activate my use icon, and then I can just go in and choose my icons. So that's going to be my first icon like that. I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to go into this row, and then I'm just going to duplicate this a few times. So let's go with 3 times, and now save it and go into each one of these and make your changes. So I'm going to start here with the middle one. So this middle one here is feature number 2, like that. And let's change our icon. So I'm going to scroll down here and choose, maybe I'll go with this one here. I'm going to save that, go to feature number 3. First of all, just label it, making sure that these are all the same. And then I'm just going to scroll down and look for the icon that I want. So let me go with this heart here. So with all this selected, we can see that our main image here is to do with food. So the colors we're going to need here are greens or browns. So I want to show you how easy it is to go in and update this. So I want to go in and choose my color for my main icon here. So I'm going to go with this, and then I'm going to go ahead and save. So what I need to do now, what I need to do is to right click and say extend blurb styles across this section. So I'm going to click here, choose section, and then extend. So you're going to notice that my color now has been updated and is now applied to all my blurbs. So all I need now is just my title link for that section. So I'm going to duplicate this and then just drag it to the bottom above my features. And then I'm going to call this main benefits. So we're going to save that. But we may want this perhaps maybe all the way at the top here. So let's drag and drop it right up there at the top. So I'm going to hold it, and then I'm just going to drag it until I'm just above my testimonials. And then to distinguish these two sections here, I'm going to click on this gear icon and give this a very slight gray background color, or we can just choose a color from here, and then we can just add white to it. So we're just going to add a very slight gray to that. But now you notice that my backgrounds here have white in them, but this is a quick fix. We can always go in here, go to our background, and set this to transparent. I'm going to save that. So now I'm going to right click on it, extend blurb styles across this section. And this has quickly now updated my page. And as you can see, this has now updated. But you can take this a step further if you want to use bright colors for your design. So let me show you quickly how you'd achieve that. So first of all, I want to go in and change this icon color here to maybe white. So let's just click on that little paintbrush icon, change this to white. And we also need to change the text to white, and maybe this to a slight gray. So I'm going to drag this up here like that, and then we're going to save. Next, I'm going to extend the blurb styles. So the reason why I'm changing this design is to show you how versatile the Divi Design Guide Pro is. So I'm going to right click and then say extend blurb styles across this section like that, and then extend. So all I have to do now is to go in and change our background color like that. We're going to save. And then finally, we need to change our main benefits color here to white. Now, the most important thing when you design your pages here, you need to make sure you have great contrast. So let's go to our heading text. I think this is heading 3. So we're going to change this to white. We can make it even all caps if you want to make it fancy, and then add some letter spacing. Look at that. Okay, let's go ahead and save. So now our page has come together, and I'm really loving this because this red color here has brought life to our page because it was pretty dull with all these grays. All right, so that's looking great. We may also want to add a bit of padding to this. So let me first add the padding to this section here. So I'm going to come over here to design, spacing, and let's go with 6% to the top and the bottom. Then I'm going to right click, extend padding, and then I'm going to say to all sections on this page, extend, and then save. Now this has been applied to pretty much all the sections here, but what I noticed is it was applied to our main section here. So I just need to go ahead and remove it. So we're going to go to design, spacing, and just get rid of it here because we don't need it on the main section. All right, so let's save. The final thing we need to do is to go in and remove the header and the footer of this page. So to achieve that, I'm just going to save this. And remember, we call this page sales, okay? So now I'm going to go to my page here. Let's head over to our dashboard. We're going to come over here to Divi, Theme Builder, add a new template, build new template. So I need to target a specific page. So I'm going to come over here to specifics, and then click on sales, create template. And now I just need to remove the header and the footer, click on save changes. And then over here, when I refresh the page, you're going to notice that my header and footer is going to be excluded on this page. All right, so this is our final page. All we have to do now is to link this to the buy now page or the sales page, and pretty much we are good to go. So we are able to create this page, and all these sections are very, very important in creating a sales page. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.